It is time to hit social media for cash tags. For that, we'd like to welcome in Megan Brantley, the VP of Research at LikeFolio.com. And we have Evelyn Baker here with us in studio. Evelyn, American Eagle.
Right, so American Eagle reports earnings tomorrow before the market opens, I believe. And we have seen some other retailers report this week, like Stitch Fix already, and we'll see Lulu report later on. But with American Eagle, we've spent a lot of time talking about the strength in its Aerie division, which is a lot of their undergarments and swimsuits. But Megan, I'm really interested in hearing what other strength American Eagle has been showing over the years, according to your LikeFolio data.
Yeah, so whenever we look at American Eagle, we're listening for consumers who are either, ordering American Eagle online, or maybe they're shopping in stores. They could be shopping at Aerie, like you mentioned. But one thing that we notice consistently is that jeans are one of the most popular mentions. Jeans are a huge growth driver for this company in general. And you can see on this chart that whenever you look at a year-over-year quarterly compare, there's actually purchase intent growth for American Eagle. It's up about 11% year over year. I think that in contrast, the stock is down about 26% in the same time frame. So this is setting up, this is kind of setting up a divergent opportunity for us where we see strength in purchase intent and the stock is not playing the same way.
Yeah, and Stitch Fix kind of gave us that look like at some point, Megan, some of these retailers are going to turn into good, solid companies. They're not the high flyer that they once were. I mean, this stock was $24 not long ago. Now it's 15. So, like I always like to say with trades like something like this, you can see the ground from here, right? I mean, these things are selling now at a discount. So if they are a solid brand that's going to stay here for the long term, these stocks are not expensive.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. That's kind of why we like this, that we see this strength in purchase intent year over year for American Eagle, even that flagship brand, which I think is important. I think that investors are going to be looking at, is American Eagle, not just Aerie, sustaining growth. And according to our data, we are seeing that growth.
Megan, I have a quick question about this chart that we have up, the consumer purchase intent mentions. I noticed that within the history of this chart, the fourth quarter is always the strongest, and we know that that pretty much holds true with a lot of retailers. But can you explain what we're seeing out of the shaded column or the shaded bar going into the fourth quarter of 2019?
Yeah, so the reason that last bar is shaded is because that's a pace bar. So this is just pacing into the quarter. It's not a complete look. I believe that we still have quite a bit of time, and especially for American Eagle and Aerie, we really want to wait until all of the Christmas mentions come in, all of those holiday shopping mentions come in. Maybe people receive jeans for Christmas, or maybe they receive things from Aerie for Christmas, and we're kind of, waiting for those mentions. But it's definitely important to watch because guidance has proven to be very important for American Eagle on these earnings releases. I think that even last quarter, even though they had an excellent report, they got hit on some softer guidance. So this will be something that we're watching for as well.
So I have this first tweet that says that the height of fashion when I was in high school was an Abercrombie polo and an American Eagle denim skirt. And we were just sort of talking about this and how that's sort of what we think about this brand. However, within the office, there are some other young women like myself who we still find ourselves going into American Eagle and shopping there when we did also in high school. So that seems like the brand has been pretty resilient, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that their jeans specifically are really powerful. I love that you brought up denim skirt. Whenever we look at these mentions specifically of denim, so people buying these jeans, whether all of the different styles, we see strength year over year. You can see recently, even into this holiday season, they've released some new lines, some new fits, and people love their denim. And so a lot of people, wonder how long can they keep this up? But from our data perspective, we're not showing any weakness in denim. In fact, we're showing significant strength.
Yeah, and Megan, if we can come back to your point about the softer guidance that they kind of issued, and that led to, some of the weakness around this name. So now I'm kind of just going through my checklist. You got weaker guidance, so maybe the analysts and the street aren't expecting much. Your data says, hey, things might not be so bad. They actually might look like it's growing a little bit, and you have a stock that's been selling off. So to me, this sets up with kind of that three-headed monster in terms of a bullish divergence for what you guys talk about. But with a company like American Eagle, we know that it's kind of pigeonholed to that demographic of younger around the high school age. But it is good to hear that, you know, people like Evelyn and other young women her age are buying things from American Eagle, potentially out there. But it's in malls. You know, how much is the system working against it in a way, and the trend towards e-commerce and direct-to-consumer hurting this brand versus, you know, all this stuff seems to be, you know, pretty positive about American Eagle?
Yeah, I think that, you know, the mall location, that's definitely a headwind for them, right? But so far, we've seen this loyalty to their denim brand specifically. We've seen a lot of growth in Aerie that, you know, people like this alternative as they've continued to steal market share away from Victoria's Secret. So I think that American Eagle, at least for us going into this quarter, we are seeing that purchase intent strength, and the stock has been beaten up in the past few months. So this is setting up as a nice opportunity.
Yeah, and then Megan, I love your point. Just to further clarify that, if we're looking at this chart on the overall consumer purchase intent, Evelyn asked kind of about that shaded bar and looking ahead for this current quarter that we're in. You know, I think it makes a lot of sense that we're not seeing a lot of that yet, because if you're buying these for gifts, you're probably not going on Twitter and saying, hey, I just bought all these gifts at American Eagle. You're going to wait until after December, see the people who received the gifts, what they're talking about, and that'll probably adjust those numbers one way or another, and maybe we can revisit American Eagle at that point and see how they're shaping up for next quarter.
Yeah, I think you nailed it with that. That's definitely something that we'll check back in with after the holidays are wrap up.
All righty, great stuff as always. Thanks, Megan, and thanks to you as well, Evelyn.